Dating as a Christian is hard, like really hard, because we live in a world that's constantly screaming the opposite message. It says, do what feels good, don't wait, it's just casual, everyone's doing it. And you're over here trying to figure out how to keep your heart pure, how to find someone who actually wants something real, and how to do it in a way that honors God. It feels like you're walking upstream while everyone else is floating the other way. It's not that you don't want love, of course you do. You want that connection, you want the excitement, and someone to share a life with. But the older you get, the more you realize you don't just want someone, you want the right one. The kind of love that brings peace and not confusion. The kind of love that doesn't pull you away from your faith, but helps it grow stronger. But in today's world, that kind of love feels rare. Apps are full of people who just want attention. Social media makes it seem like everyone's already found their person. You try to wait, to stay hopeful, and it starts feeling like you're the only one left who actually cares about doing it the right way. But here's what I want you to know. It is not impossible. It is not outdated. Real love still exists. God still writes love stories. It just takes patience, it takes wisdom, and it takes trust. And maybe a little unlearning of how the world taught us to date. You ever feel like dating now is a competition for who can care less? You text someone and then they wait 3 hours to respond. And when you try to be consistent, you're seen as too available. Things like that is so exhausting. That's the culture we live in. One that confuses interest and with desperation and treats commitment like a trap instead of a blessing. And when you're trying to follow Christ in all of this, it gets even tougher. Because while everyone else is chasing connection for fun, you're looking for it with purpose. You can't just date for the thrill anymore. You're thinking about values, faith, and direction. You want someone who doesn't just say they believe in God, but someone who lives like it when no one's watching. You want someone who prays and not just posts Bible verses on their stories. But those people feel few and far between sometimes, right? You start to wonder if maybe you're asking for too much. Maybe you should lower your standards a little. But here's the truth. You're not asking for too much. You're asking for what's right. You're asking for something meaningful in a world that's forgotten what that even means. Christian dating feels hard because it is harder, but only because it's deeper. It's not based on games or chemistry. It's based on calling. And that's the kind of love that takes time to find. Let's be real. The pressure is everywhere. Every time you scroll through Instagram, you see another engagement, another anniversary post, another we met on Hinge and got married 6 months later. It's easy to start comparing your timeline to everyone else's. You start thinking, God, did you forget about me? And on top of that, everyone has an opinion about how you should date. They'll say things like, don't be too picky, or you're wasting your best years, or just have fun. But no one tells you what to do when just having fun leaves you feeling empty afterward. The world glorifies short-term pleasure, not long-term peace. It sells you the idea that love is all about instant chemistry, but not commitment. About attraction, but not alignment. And that's why so many people end up burnt out, or feeling numb, or even questioning their worth. Because the world teaches you how to find someone quickly, but not how to build something lasting. Dating as a Christian means slowing down in a world that only knows fast. It means being okay with being single for a season while everyone else is jumping from person to person. It means trusting that what God has for you won't require you to compromise your convictions to get it. Waiting on God's timing. That's probably one of the hardest parts of it all. You can do everything right, stay patient, stay prayerful, stay faithful, and still feel like nothing's happening. And then, when you see people who couldn't care less about doing it the right way, and somehow they're the ones getting married, it makes you wonder what you're doing wrong. But waiting doesn't mean God forgot about you. It means He's working on something behind the scenes. He's not making you wait because you're unworthy, but rather He's making you wait because He loves you too much to let you settle. Sometimes God holds things back to protect you from getting it too early, because the truth is, even the right person at the wrong time can still hurt you. You might not be ready yet. They might not be ready yet, and that's okay. God's timing is about alignment, not convenience. He's preparing you to love well, not just to be loved. He's teaching you how to handle conflict and how to communicate and how to lead with patience instead of pride. When you understand that, waiting starts to feel less like punishment and more like preparation. And when the right person finally comes along, you'll be glad you didn't rush it, because what God puts together always fits, naturally, peacefully, and purposefully. Here's something most people find and learn the hard way. Liking the same music, hobbies, or sense of humor is nice, but if you don't share the same foundation, it is not going to last. If your relationship with God is central in your life, but theirs it isn't, that's not differences attract, that's values collide. Because when you're trying to move closer to God, but they're okay drifting away, Eventually, you'll have to choose which direction to go. That's why it's not enough to find someone who believes in God. You need someone who actually walks with Him. Someone who isn't perfect, but who's growing. Someone who wants accountability and rather than convenience. Faith changes the way you love. It changes how you forgive, how you communicate, and even how you handle temptation. When you both share that, you can build something that lasts. And I get it. It's rare. You meet a lot of people who seem good on the surface, but their priorities don't match yours underneath. It's tempting to think, I can fix them. But you're not called to fix someone. You're called to love wisely. So don't settle for someone who pulls you off your path. Wait for the one who'll walk beside you on it. Let's talk about guarding your heart, because that phrase gets misunderstood a lot. It doesn't mean build walls and never trust anyone. Rather, it means protect your peace and your purpose. In dating, it's so easy to give someone emotional access too soon. You start sharing your deepest thoughts, your past trauma, your fears, and suddenly you're attached before you even know if they're safe for your heart. Guarding your heart means you slow down. You let actions reveal character before feelings take over. You remind yourself that consistency is more attractive than charm. And that's hard, because emotions are powerful. When someone finally gives you attention after a long time, you want to believe it's real. But you can't confuse chemistry with compatibility, or even validation with value. Love that's built too fast burns out even faster. So take your time. Let people earn your trust. Keep your standards where they belong, because the right person won't be scared of your boundaries, they'll respect them. And when you date that way, you don't just protect your heart, you protect your future. There are days when being single feels heavy. You're happy for your friends, but deep down you wish it was your turn. You start asking questions like, am I too much? Am I too picky? Am I not enough? Those thoughts hit harder at night, when the room's quiet and the loneliness sets in. But sometimes God uses those quiet seasons to grow you in ways you couldn't if you were distracted by a relationship. Being single doesn't mean you're behind. It means you have a space to work on your purpose and your healing and your faith and your peace. You're learning to be whole on your own, so you won't depend on someone else to fill that void that only God can fill. Because if you don't find peace alone, you'll end up chasing people just to escape yourself. The right person won't complete you, but rather they'll complement what God's already building inside of you. So instead of waiting for love to make life feel full, live fully now. Serve, grow, build friendships, discover who you are. And one day, when love shows up, it won't be to rescue you, but rather it'll be running alongside of you. A godly relationship doesn't mean it's perfect. It just means it's intentional. It's when both people are willing to put in the work, not just the highlight moments. It's being able to talk through hard stuff without threatening to leave them. And it's choosing prayer over pride. It's not just we post Bible verses together, it's we hold each other accountable. You both know that love isn't just a feeling, it's a choice. It's showing up on the days when you don't feel the butterflies, but you still choose to build. The right person won't drain your peace. You'll feel calmer around them, not more anxious. They'll bring clarity to your life instead of confusion. That's how you know it's real. It doesn't make you lose yourself. It helps you become more of who God called you to be. A godly relationship doesn't just survive, it strengthens your purpose. Because when you put God at the center, even when it's hard, you grow through it instead of falling apart from it. Most of us have messed this up before. We've chased the wrong person, and we've ignored the red flags. We've confused potential with promise. And when it falls apart, it hurts. You feel dumb for believing in it. You feel angry at yourself for not seeing it sooner. You might even feel like you failed God. But understand this. God doesn't disqualify you because of mistake. He's not keeping score. He's offering grace to you. What you see as wasted time, He can use as wisdom for your future. Sometimes God lets you love the wrong person so you'll recognize the right one when they come. You'll never mistake peace for pain again. So forgive yourself, man. Take the lesson instead of the shame. Because your story doesn't end in heartbreak. It just turns the page toward healing. Every failed relationship can be a step closer to the one that's meant to last, if you let God use it to grow you. Waiting is never easy. You'll have moments when you're tired of being strong, tired of trusting, and tired of hoping. But every season has a purpose. God is not ignoring you. He's protecting you from what could have broken you. He's shaping your character for the person you'll one day share life with. And when that person finally shows up, you'll understand why it had to take time, why the wrong ones never worked out, why every no made space for the right yes. Until then, live with hope. Keep your heart open, but keep your standards high as well. Keep trusting even when you don't see it yet. Because dating as a Christian might be hard, but it's not impossible. The world settles for temporary, but you're waiting for something eternal. And that kind of love, that's worth every single second.